What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm unboxing my Mcfarlane Toys, the Flash Batmobile. This thing is humongous and it's beautiful. Here's the front of the box. Here's the side of the box. Here's the back of the box. Here's the other side of the box. And here's the top of the box. Alright, let's take this thing out of the box. Here we go. Alright guys, here it is. And let me just say, I absolutely love this thing. We'll take a much closer look in a second, but here's the front of it. Here's the side of it. Here's the back of it. Here's the other side of it. And here's the top of it. And here's the bottom of it. Man, this thing is amazing. But let's look much closer at it. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, so taking a closer look at this. The first thing and the most noticeable thing, right, that people complained about was the fact that the canopy is gray. And as you can tell on camera, yes, it is gray, right? But in my personal opinion, when there's not a ring light and there's not direct light shining on it very brightly, you cannot tell that it's gray. I personally love this Batmobile. It even has grown on me that the canopy is gray. Doesn't bother me in any way. Now, with the canopy issue, now see how gray that looks? Now, it's that gray, right, because of the ring light and because of all the light. But the fact that the camera, I'm looking through the camera right now, and I can tell you that on camera, yes, it does look very gray. But when I look away from the camera and I look at it with my own eyes, it's not as gray. It's actually darker. So, I mean, the camera just doesn't do it any justice. But I can tell you with all lights off, which I guess I'll try to show you that, it looks great. But so the way the canopy works is you press this button and this slides forward. Now that's how I like to use it, right? I like to press this button and just slide it forward. I also even like to display it just like that, right? But it also opens by, you know, pressing the button and just pulling it out a little and then tipping it up, which is awesome. And it's kind of like how the original Kenner version, the Dark Knight Batmobile, as well as the Bat Missile made by Kenner back in the 90s, opened up. They never really got this sliding feature, which Mcfarlane got, and I just love what Mcfarlane has done here. Now this thing was only $60. I mean, look at the front of this thing, how beautiful it is. Look at the side of it. I mean, for $60, this thing is gigantic. And it's just beautiful. Here's the back of it. Beautiful how it looks. Here's the other side of it. Here's inside the cockpit, right? Now, it's a single-seater. A lot of people complain about that. For me, that doesn't bother me in any way. Again, because back in the day, the Bat Missile and the Dark Knight Collection Batmobile, both of which I have by Kenner, and I will show those in a video eventually, probably even do a comparison of them. Those were also single-seaters. It never bothered me. The other thing is, I think I could actually fit two figures in there if I tried. Like, really hard. And even though it's one seat. But in any event, right? For $60, I love this Batmobile. I honestly think this thing could have been $250. Even I'd go as far as to say $300, and I'd be happy with it. The rubber wheels, it's not even like a squishy rubber, it's like a heavy rubber that is just, it's phenomenal, man. I mean, this Batmobile, I truly love it. I like love it. Now, Mcfarlane has now made, this is the Flash Batmobile. This is what's considered the Flash Batmobile by Mcfarlane Toys. Now they recently released, which I have on pre-order, the 1989 Batmobile with Batman. Now that has silver rims. The cockpit is actually black. I do think it also has like a flat matte black paint, which I'll talk about that on here too. And I gotta tell you that even though I got that on pre-order, I still feel I might lean towards this one. I love how much it's kind of like the Dark Knight Collection Batmobile, but yet it's the Mcfarlane one. I love the gold here. I love that the rims are black. You know, on the 89 one that they're going to make, the rims are silver. And a lot of people didn't like the gloss paint. I don't mind it at all. I actually kind of like it a lot. You know, for me, this is just a beautiful piece, in my opinion. Now, could the canopy have been straight black? Yeah, absolutely, and that would have been great. But it doesn't bother me that it's not. Now, I'm going to show you here with the ring light off. Maybe you can see that the canopy really isn't as gray. I mean, I guess through the camera it still looks slightly gray, but to the visible, to your eyes, you know, let me see here. This is with another light on. To your eyes, it doesn't, you know. Let me turn this light back on here. Again, guys, so I totally just love this. I truly just love this Batmobile. Yeah, I give this thing, even with the gray canopy, I give it a 9.8 out of 10. Even with the glossy paint, which I actually like a lot, people don't. And with the gray canopy, I still give this thing a 9.8. 0.8 is because of the gray canopy, but otherwise, I guess the gray canopy and I don't know why I give it a 9.8. Some people said they wish it had electronic features, like these lit up, lights lit up. I'm not really a fan of that. And, you know, if they did, I would wish that they made a version that didn't light up. I just don't like putting batteries into cars like this, and I'm not a big fan of electronics in action figure displayable cars. I don't really see the need for it. But alright guys, that's my review of the Flash Batmobile. I love it. I will be showing a comparison eventually with my Dark Knight Collection Batmobile, as well as the Bat Missile, maybe some other Batmobiles I have. I actually have the Hot Wheels, I have a bunch of them. But in any event, again, I love this thing. I totally recommend it. Whether you go with this one or the 89 version that's coming out, I'm sure that one's going to be great. But I just have a big attachment to this thing. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace. Subscribe to me channel. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter. Leave a comment. Follow me on social media. Louis 6 Cards.